Hey everyone, Kevin Pescatello here. We're doing a little micro dive into Splunk Enterprise indexes. Splunk is a searching log aggregator program. It's been around for a while. I was first introduced with this back in 2013 with working with Palo Alto for a customer. I ended up installing Splunk and seeing how that was going to run for grabbing all their logs and their syslog data. Here we're at a different location, but Splunk Enterprise has evolved. And what's happening is that we are running out of hard drive space. Earlier, before this video started and I fixed everything, the icon was yellow. And it was yellow because it was running out of disk space. So each of these indexes, Microsoft AD, syslog, and Windows event log, were filling up a D drive somewhere. So what I did was add another drive, made it E, and we labeled the disk for 2022 so that we could then better organize the data by disk and by year. As you can see, the D drive was just about out. It only has about 9 gigs of free space. So we wanted to make sure that the new drive for 2022, a start date, would definitely have that. This client only has about 12 servers, 2 or 3 or so network devices, not much. So it takes a couple years to fill this stuff up. Also, I have filtered what comes through on the Splunk forwarders, and you can do that with what they call whitelist and blacklist, as well as turning on and off different configurations under each of their respective stanzas on the log forwarders. So I've done that too as well because we're just looking for security information, and that's how we're able to get a couple years on the drive. So we made a new folder, and it's Splunk Data 2, and in here we've got our Microsoft AD, our syslog, Windows Event Log, those types of things. And this allows you to see how Splunk carves up buckets. The cold bucket is for things that are not really needed anymore, probably over 60 days or so. Frozen is things that are probably close to a year old, maybe even 6 months. Those are put into permanent archive. The root folders themselves are where all the hot stuff goes. So we can take a look at that. We can see this one right here. It's got a bucket. It's got a bucket going. Let's see, AD. Yep, we got a hot one. So this all happened here a couple days into the new year, and we wanted to start off the new year correctly by aligning a new drive with the data. How do you get this here, you say? That's a good question. So here we've got a file, it's an index file for a certain application. It's the InfoSec app for Splunk, and we're able to take the syslog data and change the drive letter and move everything to another location. And this was able to help get rid of that warning light, if you will, on the dashboard, and we're able to get more space. And you can see how everything is broken down: cold, frozen, thawed, and of course the hot area right there. So that's all you have to do. Brings us back over here, and again the yellow exclamation point that was there before this video is obviously now gone. We now have our E drives and everything is logging. We've got earliest information seconds ago, an hour ago for Windows event. And this will allow us to, again, store data, store logs, and be able to go back to them if we need to. Each of the drives are encrypted with BitLocker, and shortly after this video, that's what we're going to do. And I just want to make mention, too, that here in version 8.21 of Splunk, the solution that they put forth to make it return results faster and take less of a performance hit on the server has been tremendous. This has been the same server since we've had it, and I think we had this way back when it was 7.5, I believe, version 7, and it was just bad. I mean, we have about 12 CPUs and 20 gigs of memory, all dedicated just for this one server. It's the one and all server. It's the search head, it's the indexer, all of that right here. It's not a deployment server or anything like that. We didn't get too advanced with that. But it seems to do the trick, and since they changed the way they processed everything, it's been a lot easier. So I guess a lot of people were complaining about performance issues. So if you have performance issues, I would suggest you upgrade to version 8.2.1 and have at it. So that concludes the video for today. If you ever wanted to find out how and where indexes store their data and how to move that stuff so you don't have to create another server or do something drastic, it's as simple as going in and editing stanzas on index files for the proper location of the application collecting the data. And that is it. Until next time, thank you so much.